Okay, let us focus on question 3b. Alright, the most obvious choice that you will do before you get started will be to simplify the equation that is given to you. After that, with some rearrangement, you will realize that sine x would be equal to 5 cosine x. Okay, tell me, are you able to factorize? Even though you want to equate it to 0, you can't. Alright, the only other choice which we have done in the earlier example is to divide throughout by cosine x. So in this case, sine x over cosine x is equal to 5, and you know that sine x over cosine x will give you tangent x. Okay, now find the reference angle. (78.7). Now remember, it is for tangent to be positive, it must lie in the first as well as the third quadrant. If it's in the first quadrant, it will be 0 plus the reference angle. If it's in the last quadrant, in this case, the third quadrant in this case, it must be negative 180 plus another reference angle in this case. So x in this case will be 0 plus the reference angle, 78.7 degree. And similarly, negative 180 plus 78.7. And this will be the two answers to this trigo equation. Now, let us look at your guided example 3c. Okay, on first glance, 3 sine square x minus 8 sine x cosine x minus 3 cosine square x is equal to 0 looks rather complicated. But the good thing is it has already been equated to 0. Okay, as I told you previously, if you can factorize it, it will be wonderful because you can make use of the zero product rule. But if you can't see, I'm going to help you a little bit. How about I replace your sine by A and your cosine by B? Is this what you have? If I replace your sine x by A and your cosine x by B. Alright? Doing your E-math, I'm very certain you are able to help me factorize this. Okay? This will give you 3A, 3B, B, since it's negative. This will be how you factorize it. So, this is exactly how I'm going to factorize my trigo equations as well. After that, you can make use of the zero product rule because you are able to tell me that 3 sine x plus cosine x would be 0. Or sine x minus 3 cosine x, this will allow us to have 0. Same thing, there are two pairs of trigo equation to be done. Please do the one on the left, complete it before you do the one on the right. Okay, in this case, since there's no other common term, you cannot factorize it. Okay, the most obvious thing is to divide everything throughout by cosine x. So in this case, tangent x will be equal to negative 1/3. What is the reference angle? Take note, when you make use of the reference angle, you must take the absolute value over here. So it's tangent inverse of 1/3. Okay, tangent inverse of 1/3. So in this case, tangent inverse of 1/3, I'm able to get 18.4 degree. So, which quadrant does it lie in? Tricky. Let us do a check again. Since tangent is negative in this case, it must lie in the second as well as the last quadrant. Okay, if it lies in the second quadrant, it will be 180 minus 18.4. In this case, it's 161.6 degree. Similarly, if it lies in the last quadrant, it must be 0 minus the reference angle. In this case, negative 18.4 degree. We are done with the first set. Now, please move on to the next set. Using the same approach, I'm going to divide everything throughout by cosine x. Because I can't factorize it anymore. So tangent x in this case will be equal to 3. Likewise, find the reference angle. Tangent inverse of 3. I will get 71.6. So in this case, tangent is positive. Since tangent is positive, it will lie in the first as well as the third quadrant. If it lies in the first quadrant, x will be 71.6. If it's in the third quadrant, remember, it will be negative 180 plus your reference angle. In this case, negative 108.4 degree. Remember, these are all answer in degree. So, for all answer in degree, please round off to 1 decimal place. Please rewrite all your answer from the smallest value to the biggest value. Okay, and there you have it. We are done with guided example 3.